Hey, what's up? We got some more NHL here on Run Pure Sports. It's Holden, it's EJ who's back. There's Matty Ice, who's sitting there in his Minnesota Vikings hat. Yeah. You guys are both from Minnesota? Hold on. Is this two Minnesota guys or just one? One? Well, where the hell is EJ from?
Yeah,
EJ, unmute.
I'm from Minnesota. I'm from Minnesota. EJ lived here for a while, but he's
Oh,
down in
did he?
St. Louis now.
All right. Unmute yourself, buddy. And then we're going to be great. You're such an amateur, EJ. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It's
I
absolutely
did.
amazing.
At least I fixed the internet, right?
All right, now we got you. So here, let me just say something. We were supposed to have Matty Ice on Friday, and Kay Fallick filled in. So I'm talking to Big T, and Big T's like, "Hey, this is one of the. This is probably Friday was the second biggest day in the NHL. Why? Because you had opening day, and then we had a nice audience. I mean, people are coming in; they want to learn NHL. Matty Ice is out here getting hammered. He's getting tanked. He's gambling. He's running through streets naked. Like, how the hell do you miss Friday's show, Matty Ice? What is your excuse?
Hey, I'm sorry. I was at my brother's bachelor party. It's his wedding's been canceled 3 times due to COVID.
Yeah.
So we finally got a chance to go and have a little bit of fun. But hey, I made sure I got cores in there. Me and AJ actually had the same damn core. Mangone took down. We crushed the industry on Friday night. It was excellent.
All right. A couple things. First of all, 3 postponements should tell you he's going to have 2 or 3 more weddings on top of that. So you should have totally went to the bachelor party. What a joke. Yeah, just go to his next bachelor party. It'll be great. And then Mangone took it down. Like, what's going on with this guy? How is Mangone taking things down? He's on an epic heater right now. How does this happen? What is Mangone doing?
Well, he was smart. Honestly, he played the core. Made the right pivot. He made a small pivot off a goalie. Went to somebody who was a little bit lower owned, and wound up with Carlson, who had a great night on Friday night, and took everything down.
Yeah, I hate giving him credit. It makes me sick to my stomach, but sometimes you just have to do what you got to do. EJ, who do you not like at Run Pure Sports?
Besides you?
Yeah. Besides. That was a wonderful comeback. I really like that.
Yeah, I have some good lines every once in a while. Man, I love everybody. This is a great team. I'm really like talking to everybody. I mean, I was happy for Mangone.
Yeah. So. Oh, I'm not happy for Mangone. Him and Uncle T can go on a boat and go off to Finland or something. All right, like this video, subscribe to our Run Pure channel. It's in the bottom right. Post your. I mean, is anybody posting on Instagram these screenshots at this point? Come on, we'll repost our story. But free ticket is how you get a little discount here. Free ticket. It's a promo code. It's really not a discount. It's kind of cooler than that. For Run Pure Premium, okay, if you sign up, use the code free ticket, you're entered to win $600 DK entry on Wednesday when the NBA break is over. I'm not even kidding. So check it out, even if it's for a month. Use the code free ticket when we do our NBA show on Wednesday afternoon. One of you is going to win a $600 free entry into the DK for the NBA. So let's do this, guys. Enough screwing around. Matty, you weren't here on Friday, so you didn't understand just how epic the show was.
I did watch it.
Yeah, well, all right. So I shouldn't have told you how epic it was, but
I mean, I saw EJ, blacking out and no internet, looking like Mike.
Right?
Very strong debut.
Strong debut, EJ. But we're not. Let's not worry about EJ for a minute. For those of you that did not watch Friday, or you need a little refresher in a minute or less, Matty Ice, the differences between FanDuel and DraftKings and a couple things you really need to know heading into tonight's slate.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer DraftKings, so I'll just get that out of the way to begin with. Obviously, hockey, you have a lot of things. It's basically correlation, so you're going to be looking for some correlations between lines and a power play, and that's how you rack up your points. I don't mind playing one-offs, but a correlation is massively important on the DK side. FanDuel side's a little bit different. Their build structure is a little different. They have 2 utility spots, which is a little bit different than DraftKings. One thing that we have noticed, especially this year with FanDuel, is their pricing algorithm has been completely messed up for quite some time. So we end up with some players each night that you're basically kind of locked into. Adam Fox for the Rangers, Jakob Chychrun for the Arizona Coyotes. These guys they don't see price jumps. And that's the biggest thing you see for me, at least, between FanDuel and DraftKings. DraftKings seems to be much more sharp where they land on their pricing compared to FanDuel. But you want to use correlation on either site. I tend to use a little less on FanDuel just because of how the pricing works. As I said, a guy like Adam Fox is going to be like $6,500 on DraftKings, and he's less than $5,000 on FanDuel. So you kind of just get forced to play a guy just due to pricing over on FanDuel.
All right, EJ, your turn real quick. Anything that Matty didn't cover that you want to add? Actually, just add something, even if it doesn't have to do with hockey. I need to hear your voice.
I mean, I know it. He pretty much got it all right. I mean, I think the one thing too, like DK pricing has been a little soft, so you can find places to exploit that. But yeah, the FanDuel pricing algorithm is kind of broken right now.
Well, let's talk about that then. Where can we exploit the pricing here on DraftKings and FanDuel tonight? Like the best values. We're going to go game by game. We're going to get everything else. Give me a couple values here. FanDuel. Yeah. Now listen, don't get me started on FanDuel either. I'm only playing on DraftKings, but give me some values here on either or both sites. EJ, why don't you start? Two names.
There's two that really stick out. It's Val Nichushkin, who's playing for Colorado, would be on their top line because of the McKinnon injury. And then Kevin LeBanc has been like 3,700 all year long. And he's skating on their top line, skates on their top power play. So that's just broken to me.
What about you there, Matty Ice? Who's the values we should be targeting here, at least keeping in our mind at the top of the show?
Yeah, I mean, over on FanDuel, like I said, Jakob Chychrun for Arizona. He's just too cheap. He's playing huge minutes on the top power play. He's priced under $5K. Almost any of the Minnesota Wild defensemen over on FanDuel are too cheap. Over on DraftKings, you mentioned Val Nichushkin. I think he's definitely in play. Tarasenko is probably going to be considered too cheap tonight for St. Louis. He's 4,200. He's an elite goal scorer. He's only played one game this year due to injury, but for 42, I'm more than willing to take some shots on him.
All right, let's go game by game, guys. Let's start with you here, Matty Ice, and we will begin with the Wild and the Vegas Golden Knights. Couple of guys just to bring up, and I want to get your thoughts, Jonathan Marchessault from Vegas, and then on the Minnesota side, what about Nick Bjugstad and thoughts on him this evening?
Yeah, for the Minnesota side, I'm looking at the Wild's third line of Bjugstad, Parise, and Fiala. I think Fiala is in a very good spot tonight. I would also consider maybe Kirill Kaprizov as a one-off as well. He's the rookie for the Wild on the KHL. He's been absolutely amazing all year long. Vegas, I'm kind of still up in the air on right now. So we're waiting on some injury news. Alex Pietrangelo and who's the other guy? Mark Stone are both game time decisions for the Golden Knights tonight. So that's going to change some things if either one of those guys are out. If Stone's out, I would assume we probably see Alex Tuck move to the top line with Pacioretty. And if Pietrangelo's out, that would be an upgrade for Alex Martinez. He would slide into the power play as well, too. So that's kind of where I'm at with that game.
All right. So what about you, EJ? Anything, Zach Parise, Kaprizov, Carlson? Give me some other names we might be wanting to target. Maybe one guy that really stands out to you. Because first of all, who wrote the playbook today? Which one of you did it?
That was EJ. I literally just got home from the airport 2 hours ago.
Slacker. EJ, wonderful work here. You say Kirill Kaprizov, electric city with this kid. Talk about him for a sec.
I mean, he's an exciting player. Like he's dynamic. He's an unbelievable skater. He's crafty with the puck. Like the kid just kind of gets it done, and he seems to have a little bit of a connection with Zuccarello.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just the thing that worries me about that is it's a tough matchup for them. You know, like they're probably gonna get one of those top two Vegas lines. You never know. Like I don't know how Evason's gonna deploy those guys, but it's kind of tough to tell. Like if he gets a good matchup though, like the kid can do some damage. So in Minnesota still, like As far as 5-on-5 goes, they still average the most goals in the NHL per 60 minutes. So like they are kind of a sneaky spot, but like I don't expect a high scoring game here.
You don't
No,
expect that.
I think Dean might actually put the Eriksson Ek line on the Stevenson Pacioretty line would be my guess.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'll tell you this much. You guys better be right because JSU is actually watching this show and he'll be playing tonight. Okay. And there's a great little thing in our Discord. Here's the one thing about Run Pure that's probably going to separate us from a lot of other places in the Discord. You just ask questions or you can make statements that are completely false. It doesn't really matter. But our insiders, our expert, EJ, Matty, when Matty Ice actually has time to devote to the show or to something here at Run Pure, he'll actually go in the Discord and answer your questions. So that's nice. And thank you very much to Kid. You can't wait for me to pronounce hockey players' names. I do pretty good on it, okay? I got my freaking, my media guy that's sitting right here. You guys, come on. I haven't screwed one up yet, or have I?
Not yet. No,
not yet. And we're like 12 minutes into the show. So take that, the Kid. That's all I can tell you. I'll also get the YouTube feed up so I can get some questions. If you guys have questions a little bit later on, we don't have time for that right now because I want to keep going through that. But the Kid, see, I know how to do it. And if I make a mistake, by all means, just crush me. I want to hear. I want to know what I screwed up. Let's get to the Avalanche and the Coyotes. I did about 3 months of local radio here, and I called Mikko Rantanen Mikko the Freako, and apparently he liked the nickname, so I'm kind of happy about that. Mikko Rantanen, we start with him, 7,700 DK, 8,400 FanDuel. There's no McKinnon tonight. Gabe Landeskog has got to be another play here as well. EJ, let's start with you since we went to Matty Ice last time. Give me a little breakdown of the Avalanche first.
I'm probably one of the people that's not really hot on the Avs. Like I think they're a completely different team when McKinnon's not playing. And you take Makar out of the lineup, like it's a little bit of a tough pill to swallow to pay those prices for Rantanen and Landeskog when the guy that kind of drives the truck like isn't there. So for me, like I'm not a big fan of the Avs tonight. If I was gonna go there, I would probably go to the Kadri and Saad line. Burakovsky gonna get some run on the top power play unit apparently, but that's kind of where I'd go. Like he's a decent value at 4,200, but I'm not really hot on the Avs tonight. Like I'll play Brandon Saad quite a bit, but you know, Nichushkin, it's kind of hard to argue with that playing on the top line at 2,500. But other than that, I'm not real interested in the Avs tonight.
Matty, you've been taking a lot of shit from me here the first 15 minutes of the show. I'm going to back off because I don't want to make you nervous when you're breaking down the Avalanche being here in Colorado. Okay. A lot of pressure on you to get this right. Are you with or against EJ on the Avs this evening?
I'm actually with him. I think the price is too steep on Rantanen. He's also playing a center. He's playing center tonight, which is something he's not used to. You know, Valerie's definitely in play at 2,500. He's minimum price. He's working with, you know, he's skating with Gabe and Mikko. They're both studs. I have no issue playing him at 2,500. If I was going to pair somebody tonight and I was going to stack the Avs, which I'm probably not going to, it would be the Kadri Saad Burakovsky line. The value's there, and you know we'll get into some games later in the slate. You know, we're looking at other teams paying that upper echelon price for Mikko and Gabe's probably just not going to be in the cards for me tonight.
I mean, any value guys from Arizona, they're all so cheap. I mean, would we even bother with any of these guys? Dvorak
on FanDuel, Connor Garland's too cheap. He's been excellent all year long. I have no issue playing him over on FanDuel. He's a elite scorer, very good scorer. Nick Schmaltz over on FanDuel is also pretty cheap. Other than that, like I mentioned Chychrun as well. He's too cheap on FanDuel. I don't have a ton of interest in them, I guess, honestly. Like I said, they're going to be more in play for me on FanDuel than they will on DraftKings.
Okay. Guys, we're going to get to your questions. Like I said, I'm actually in the hockey Discord right now. So if you not the NHL chat, the hockey Discord. And if you want to throw your questions in there, I'll definitely get to the subscribers first because you guys deserve it. You're paying members. We love this. It's not that we don't like you non-paying members. All I'll say is you might as well try us out for a month. NBA is coming back. By the time you get that, I think we'll have a first week of baseball. If you sign up right now, so you'll have You'll have our March Madness stuff too, because me and Stevie and BigT are going to be doing March Madness. So actually, now that I think about it, this is a perfect time. So you get hockey, you get NBA, you get March Madness, you get baseball for 1 month. And you get a shot at winning $600, $600 ticket with the code free ticket. And that's going to automatically enter you into our big giveaway, which is Wednesday afternoon for the NBA show it's the Wood Show. So BigT and the boys over there. Let's continue moving on here. And Matty Ice, let's start with you on the Oilers and the Senators. Doesn't look like we have many injuries in this game. Connor McDavid breaking the 3-day goalless streak yesterday. So he's back on there. He and Leon Draisaitl are, I think I might've messed that one. Draisaitl, right? Draisaitl?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think I totally screwed it up. And then we were talking before the show. You talked to me a little bit about Yamamoto. I mean, these guys, the Oilers are facing the worst defense in the league. So how many Oilers are we playing tonight? This is what we always get on the NBA show. How many of this team is too many to play? How many Oilers is too many to play?
Honestly, it's a great spot. The Sens are on a back-to-back. Their backup goalies in that, and starting last game, the coach of the Oilers put Leon and Connor together. So they're skating on the top line. Yamamoto's getting to skate with them. It's a massive, massive bump to him. Young kid, good forechecker. He's going to be by himself. Connor and Leon are going to gain a ton of attention. I think you can play Darnell Nurse and Tyson Barrie. You kind of pick your poison there. I don't think I would play both of them, but both get a ton of run. Nurse is going to work a lot of the PK as well too. I actually probably prefer him a little bit over Barrie. Hopkins over on FanDuel is too cheap. I think he's definitely in play over there. I don't think I'll touch him at his price over on DraftKings.
All right, I'm just going to bring up Tim Stützle just for the hell of it, just because I know his name and I could say another German guy's name. It's totally awesome. So EJ, talk to me about the Senators. Complete waste, just throwing anybody in your lineup tonight. Is there some value there? And who are you playing from the Oilers tonight, dude?
I mean, Matty's got the Oilers down. Like those are really the guys you're looking at because they just have no depth. If this wasn't a back-to-back for the Sens, I probably would be on the Sens. Like, I still think, like, Josh Norris is all right at 4,200. Stützle is, 4,400. Thomas Chabot is probably the one guy that if I was going to go there, I would go there. But the problem with him is, like, with his price, he's the same as all the other mid-priced or high-priced D. Like, if I'm going to play Chabot over Nurse, like, I don't know if you can do that. It's hard to go there tonight, especially on the back-to-back. Like, but there are some spots like Norris, Stützle, Batherson is a line that gives you some correlation. If you wanted to go on that first power play, because Edmonton is a little bit leaky, you can go Stützle, Batherson, and Chabot. But it's tough with their pricing. They're not they were like $3,000, 3,200 last week. Now they're priced up another 1,000. Like it makes it tough to go there.
Okay. Very good. Want to remind everybody, hit the like button right now. Got a nice little NHL audience. I like this. I like it a lot, actually. See if we can get to like 700 views by the end of the show. That would be nice. Like button, we're at 68. Let's give something away once we hit 100 and then 150. So we'll give away some Run Pure swag. EJ, unless you want to give away like your sweatshirt or your undershirt, you seem to me like a guy that wears tighty whities. Do you wear tighty whities, EJ?
I don't know why I would strike you as the type of person that wears tighty whities.
The question is, why would you not?
That's a good question. I don't. I wear boxer briefs though. Lululemons. They're fantastic.
Briefs. Yeah, you don't want to wear regular boxers. If you wear regular boxers, you're just going to be hanging. Like Joe Paterno when he was 80, I heard they were just dragging on the ground. Yeah, it was horrible. Like all the players in the locker room just look at him and be like, you got to stop wearing boxers, Joe Paterno. Pick them up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
It's a disturbing story to share with us.
Well, I wanted to share it with you because here at Run Pure Sports, we're all about infotainment, as I guess we could call it. So listen, I think I just hit free ticket again. So hit the free ticket and subscribe to the Run Pure Sports podcast channel, Apple, Google Play. There's my podcast with Uncle T and Rubio Dimes and JSURab. If you don't know Uncle T, this is Big T's uncle and rival. I mean, these two guys, like, they get together for lunch. Big T wins $250,000. Will not buy Uncle T a goddamn thing. This week, this past podcast, I highly recommend you subscribe to the Wishbone. Uncle T and I had it out. We screamed and yelled at each other. It was wonderful. It was magical. G Ryzen just sat there, and Rubio Dimes is like this 5'4" Oompa Loompa person that just hopped on, and we kicked him off the show. So make sure you do that and hit free ticket when you sign up for Run Pure Sports. We still got 4 games to get to. So let's do this, gentleman. We've got the Sharks and the Blues. Okay, so let's start here. The Blues facing what, the worst defense? Didn't the Sharks just give up 5 goals to the Vegas Golden Knights? Tarasenko is back. So start here, EJ. Sorry about the tighty-whitey thing. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Tarasenko just came back over the weekend. Is there anything from the Blues side that we can do to fit in and get some value, especially on the DK side here? Tarasenko, O'Reilly, Krug, anybody?
Well, yeah, like you can play Tarasenko. He's only 4,200. He's gonna get run. Like we kind of talked about, Matty and I did. Like I really thought he was only gonna play power play. Like maybe a little bit 5-on-5, and the dude ended up playing 16, 18 minutes. Like so they're gonna throw him out there and let him go. He's too cheap. Like that line, like if it's O'Reilly, Tarasenko, and Kyrou, like. That's actually got some nice pricing on it, and you can do a lot with it. You can run them out there with Krug. You can, there's a lot of different ways you can go about that one. So I don't hate that. I like both sides of this game though.
You like both sides of the game. All right, Matty Ice, is he right or wrong? Both sides of the game? Is this a game to stack?
I think you can play both sides. Both teams have shown all year that they don't play defense. On the Blues side, as you mentioned, Tarasenko is just too cheap. I like O'Reilly. I actually kind of prefer the Blues as maybe a power play stack tonight. San Jose takes almost 5.5 penalties a game, top 10 in the league. So I don't mind stacking, like, say, O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Shen, and Krug in a lineup. If you want to get different, maybe get off Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. On the Sharks side, I think they're in play. Erik Karlsson's 4,200 on DraftKings. He's under 5K on FanDuel as well too. He's moved to the top power play unit for them. The Sharks on DK are priced a little bit higher than I would usually want to pay. Logan Couture's just under 7,000. EJ mentioned Kevin LeBlanc. I think he's in play at 39.
Why? Why is he in play specifically? Because I was looking at him. Why is he in play?
He's playing with their 2 best skaters tonight. So he's with Logan Couture and Evander Kane. Both very good skaters. He's cheap. He's on the top power play unit as well. It's nice value if you think the Sharks are going to score some goals tonight. I haven't seen anything from St. Louis that tells me they're going to go out there and pitch a shutout tonight.
Okay. So I think we're pretty much wrapped up on that game. EJ, anything you wanted to do on the Sharks side since I asked you about St. Louis?
No, like he hammered it. Like I like the Sharks. I like LeBlanc a lot. I like Karlsson a lot. They're both good values. We've seen these guys kind of go off before, so I'm all for going back there.
Okay, let's get some likes going here, guys. 100, we're going to give away some Run Pure gear for you. So 100 likes, we're about 19 shy of that. And then on top of that, we get to 150, we'll give out some more RPS gear. So just hit the like button. We're doing pretty good right now. You guys are definitely on your way to get to 100. I'd like to give out a pair though today. I'd like to give out 2 of them. Boy, you guys are talking some shit here in the hockey Discord. My goodness. But NY Jets, he has a legit question though. Demko or Cooper for the sub 7.5 goalie tonight for tournaments? What do you guys got on that one?
I would probably lean towards Demko just because I think you're going to get some leverage on Montreal side.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fanboy. He's a Demko fanboy.
Oh, that's what it is.
I knew that was coming. I don't hate either of them though. Like I was thinking about Kemper too. Like the price is really nice on him. Like I like I said earlier, like I don't think Colorado is very good without McKinnon. So like I'm not scared of it.
I lean on I'm on the Kemper side. I think Colorado is going to struggle to score, and I'm not, like I had mentioned earlier, I'm not paying up for Rant or Gabe. If I was looking below that 7,500, I'd be looking at Darcy Kemper over Demko for me. I like Montreal a little bit. I like Montreal tonight. So
and Carey Price is in net this evening.
Yes.
So let me ask you that then. Let's go to the goalies since we're about 4 out of 6 games in. Carey Price, Marc-Andre Fleury, Grubauer, Koskinen, all this. I mean, anything with an N. Rank them 1, 2, 3 tonight. The higher price guys is who I want you to talk about, Matty Ice.
Yeah, for me, I'm starting with Carey Price tonight. Vancouver is not going to have Elias Peterson. He's going to be out of the lineup. I think they're going to start rolling a little bit. They got a new coach last week. They've been kind of tinkering. They look really good. I believe it was Saturday night. Second for me would be Koskinen against Ottawa. I think he's a really, really interesting GPP play, and he's the most expensive goalie on the slate. So I think that's going to cause him to be lower owned than he probably should be. After that, I would go down to either Kakinen or Cal Peterson. I think both of those guys at 7,500 have nice matchups. Cal Peterson is an incredible goalie that nobody knows about. The only issue with him is Kay Fallick thinks he looks like he's 13 years old.
That's what Kay Fallick told you? You know, you should be kissing Kay Fallick's ass. He saved the show on Friday. Matty, you should be like, oh, Kay Fallick, oh, you're the best ever. Here's some hair implants. I love you. You should be doing that for him.
Hey, I give him his props when he's due.
Laughing at EJ. So funny. Mr. Tidy Whitey over here.
So it's almost like you want me to show you my underwear, and that's a little creepy, man.
Actually, we had a really good comment in chat that we should have Run Pure Tidy Whiteys. The problem is, and listen, it's a really cute idea, and I appreciate. The problem is when we give away swag, the other half of that is we get marketing out of it. So people at least be like, oh, what is Run Pure Sports? So nobody wants to see you in that. Nobody wants to see me in that at this point. So we're not going to have Run Pure Tidy Whiteys. Sorry, guys. Did I miss anybody as far as goalies, EJ?
No, like, I mean, you're talking like, okay, Vancouver and Ottawa both shoot the puck a ton.
Okay.
They're bad defensively. They play, like, the comparable thing to NBA is pace. They play at a high pace. They like to shoot pucks. So for Carey Price or you know, like Koskinen, it's tough not to want to go there. I think those are probably the two best guys on the slate, and I do like Peterson too. So,
Kay Fallick, I thought I was talking about someone else. I absolutely did not say anything about hair implants for you, dude. You just said GFYS. I don't know what that means, but go yourself. Yeah, Kay Fallick, that is not nice. That is not nice at all. You're in timeout, my friend. We need 10 more likes to give away some free gear. So looking forward to that. Let's get it going. NY Jets wants to know you guys back on your guy Gibby tonight in net. Anything? Gibby?
I probably won't be on Gibson tonight. I do like LA a little bit as a GBP stack, so I probably will not be on Gibson tonight.
Okay. You neither, EJ.
Yeah, I don't think he's in play tonight.
All right.
And I don't think LA comes in at high enough ownership to make it worth the risk.
All right, we got 2 more games to get to. And then we'll take some questions too. Looking forward to that. So guys, you're asking questions right now. Just wait. I'll let you know, and then we'll hammer them all together at the same time. We got the battle. This isn't a rivalry, or is it a rivalry? The Ducks and the Kings. Do they not like each other? It's not a big deal because it's the Ducks.
Yeah, I mean it's somewhat of a rivalry. I think
All right, so we got the Ducks and the Kings. Every game seems like it's always, if you bet hockey, and I have been dabbling in it. Usually it's 5.5 for most of the games. We do have a 6.5 tonight with that Oilers Senators game, probably because of the Senators. Defensively, we got a 6 with the Sharks and the Blues, but here we are with the Ducks and the Kings. EJ, You should be honored. I'm going to go to you first. Give me all the nice plays on the Kings side, if there are any, and starting with Anze Kopitar.
Like, the thing with the Kings is they're really easy to figure out. Most of their scoring is coming from Kopitar, Brown, and Aflalo. I like that line tonight. I mean, I think you can pair him with Drew Doughty. I think it gives you the price is nice, especially on Aflalo. Like I've played them quite a bit, and I'm probably going back there tonight.
You are going back there. Anybody else from that team? Who are you stacking them with? Anybody?
No, yeah, like I'd stack those four together. I mean, I think that's an interesting stack. The problem is if you want to play McDavid and Draisaitl, you can't really fit them in.
Okay.
But I like Kopitar and Aflalo the most. I think if you want to go to Doughty and Dustin Brown, like, you can. I hate Dustin Brown's price tonight, but if you're going to stack them up and try and make a 4-man out of it, like, you got to go there.
Is everybody going to hate his price tonight, and that's going to suppress ownership, or are they still going to roll him out?
I mean, I don't think the Kings are necessary. I mean, maybe they are. I don't feel like they're a super. I mean, they're not a huge favorite. Like, I think they're like, I think people look at the West Coast games sometime and think, oh, it's going to be boring. Like, it's the Kings. It's not a super exciting team. So, I don't know. Like, that, it's a tough price for me to swallow right now. Like, I think people can go there. I'm probably going to end up going there just because I'm stacking them up, but it's a tough price.
All right. So Matty Ice, just a quick brush through on that side of the game, and let's go over to Anaheim too.
Yeah. Most of LA's scoring is truncated from the top line and top power play unit. Those guys are in play. Iafalo's price is cheap. I will mention a couple guys though online too. Jeff Carter and Antetokounmpo been playing really good hockey. They're both cheap. Carter's in the mid fours. Antetokounmpo is, I want to say, 35 or 3,600 on DraftKings. Both getting PK time as well too. I think they're quite interesting. On the Ducks side, I don't have a ton of interest with anybody over there really outside of Kevin Shattenkirk, strictly due to price. He's low threes. He's working the top power play unit. My gut's telling me the Ducks are going to have a hard time tonight. They're cheap enough. Henrique's cheap. Silverberg's cheap. Raquel's in the mid fours. He had a good game the other night. But my gut's telling me to stay away. So outside of Shattenkirk, I'm not looking at the Ducks too heavy tonight.
Okay. Anything Duck-wise here, EJ?
No, like the one thing else, like, this is the first time all year we've had any correlation with their lines and their power play, which is like the only reason I would potentially look at them. If you're gonna pay up for everybody else, like, you got to find some cheap guys, like Zegras, nice price. Shattenkirk, nice price. I don't hate it, but like Matty said, like, it's a tough matchup for him. Like, I think the Kings are kind of sneaky good. Like, they're not a bad hockey team.
Okay. I'm just throwing out some stuff in the chat. Again, if you guys, the subscribers, go into the Discord and go into the hockey part of it, ask me some questions. I'll get to you guys first. For those of you that are not subscribers, again, don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure you hit the like button. Oh, we hit 100. There we go. So we're already giving away some Run Pure Sports gears. You know what, Matty Ice, you have a job. You got to remind me. I forget shit all the time. You got to remind me to pick somebody out. Okay?
All right,
it's your fault if that person doesn't get his stuff. And we only need 49 more likes for more giveaways. This is wonderful. I love this. Matty Ice, you missed. What's your real name, Matt?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Matt.
Where'd you come up with the ice part?
So back when I started playing fantasy hockey on ESPN years and years and years ago, look at Holden. He's just so happy right now. Years and years and years ago, I was part of another group, and we were just BSing. Yeah. And I ended up getting called the goalie whisperer. So then all of a sudden I went to Matty Ice, the goalie whisperer, and it's just kind of held with me for the last 8 years.
Dude. Wish I could get one of those. Here I am wearing a 30-year-old New York Rangers jersey today, and you're sitting there with the good stuff. This is great. Good for you.
It is. They are very nice, guys. You should get some. There's merchandise on the website now.
All right. John is a member, but you're not in Discord. Let me explain something real quick. John, can you please get in Discord? It's extraordinarily important, and it's one of the best tools we have here at Run Pure Sports because you get to talk to Matty Ice and EJ today. Who would not want to do that? K Fallick will probably be in there too. K Fallick is upset at me. I don't think he was joking either. K Fallick, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, dude. I was just kidding. I do not want to hurt your feelings whatsoever. You're a very good guy. You came on the show the other day for a long time. Thank you very much. It's my bad, K Fallick. But if you do have any complaints, go to JSU. He's the head of human resources here, and he'll get in touch with me, and then we can move on to everything else. But seriously, John, if you have a problem getting into Discord, here's what I want you to do. First of all, find Mangone on Twitter and hit him up. If you can't do that, go info@runpuresports.com. It's an email. info@runpuresports.com. Say, I don't know how to do this whole Discord thing. It's crazy. I'm a boomer. I have no idea what I'm doing. And then they're going to make sure you get into the Discord, and they're going to do it. So no core from K Fallick from me. Okay. I seriously, K Fallick, he has, oh, there he is. Apology accepted. Thank God. Whew, I really thought I was going to get suspended for a week or something like that. Okay, let's get to our final game. Vancouver and the Habs. We got a total of 6 here. Peterson is doubtful. Matty Ice, I'm going to start with you here. Montreal, I asked you this, the second forwards line on Montreal, and whether or not this is a viable, like a little mini stack here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like I don't mind Suzuki or Drouin or Armia. The prices on them are good. Personally, I think the most interesting GPP play tonight is Tyler Toffoli and Josh Anderson and Kotkaniemi. Toffoli's been electric for Montreal this year. Been really, really good. I see they changed their power play lines up a little bit as well too. I did like that second line a little bit more when all 3 of them were going to be on the top unit, and it looks like Armia has been completely removed from power play. Mm-hmm. So as I mentioned, I'm gonna be on Josh Anderson, Toffoli, and Kotkaniemi. I think you can pair them with Shea Weber as well too. I think he makes an interesting GPP play at defenseman. He is quite expensive, but that's where my exposure is going to be the heaviest tonight for Montreal.
By the way, before we keep going, B Square, Phillips, Caesar, Dallas Sports Fan, all these guys, they're like, you got to get into the Discord because they know you need the Discord. It's probably the biggest. I'll say this, especially on the bet side too. Like I've dug up so many gems. If you play NBA DFS and you're not in our Discord, what are you doing?
Oh, you're dead. You're dead.
Seriously, you're dead. You are. That is a great way to put it. You are dead if you're not in the Discord. So you got JSU, BigT, AP. If I'm missing anybody else, all these guys are just throwing nuggets out there. Especially in the NBA, there's so many injuries. It's all about injuries and finding the value and the guys that are going to get the minutes behind them. Like, not only are they telling you who's out, but they're telling you who you should play. So I'll say it one more time, info@runpuresports.com. The Discord is just too important. And I don't know if you're just being silly or anything like that. The
Discord is elite. It is elite. It's an elite play every night.
Especially after block.
Very good. Very good. So we were still on this last game here. I apologize. EJ, Vancouver, and then your plays from the Montreal side.
Like the tough thing about Vancouver, like I don't mind the Miller, Besser, and Hoglander line. Like they're kind of interesting. I just like we've talked about this a couple times in Discord. Like Montreal's so deep. Like they've got 3 lines they can throw at you, and even their 4th line is not bad. Their D are very good. Like this is a tough matchup. So, like, I think Vancouver's gonna deploy that Horvat line mostly in the defensive zone. So you're gonna get a lot of offensive zone starts for Miller and Besser. So like that's kind of interesting. Like I actually really like this game. Like if I had to game stack one game tonight, this would be it. I think this game has the potential to be pretty interesting. I don't think it necessarily will. Like Carey Price is a good goalie. But if you had to gun to my head, pick one spot, this would be it.
That would be it. How about you, Matty Ice? You got a spot here on that other side?
If I was going to play anybody, it would be Horvat and Tanner Pearson. Horvat's a very good center. Tanner Pearson is cheap enough on DK and FanDuel. He's going to be getting top power play time with some of the guys with Elias Peterson being out. I think he's more than in play. Like I said, I think Montreal is going to start rolling. So I know EJ likes this game a little bit more than me. So outside of Peterson, I'm probably not going to have anybody on the Vancouver side. I just think his price is nice and an interesting play.
All right. EJ wanted the jockstrap play of the day on Friday. I don't know what we're going to call yours because all I got it. What do you mean? Why are you doing this? What is this? You said I wanted the jockstrap play of the day. You said
I dropped one in Discord on Friday night. Max Pacioretty. He scored twice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a good play. Like,
well, who's
it wouldn't be the jockstrap. I think we'd call it like the wagon of the night. That's more of a hockey thing. A wagon?
The wagon?
Yeah.
Wagon. That's what I would call it.
But why? That makes no sense. Like I could say the car of the night. We could just do things that move with wheels.
It's just something. It's a hockey thing. Like that guy's a wagon.
Oh, that guy's a wagon. Okay. You hoser. I like hoser. Man. That's really terrific. I'm supposed to remind everybody right now, you're like and subscribe here. So we get to 150, we'll give away another piece of gear. We don't, we'll keep it, and Big T will have to run out to FedEx another time. But monkey knife fight. Do you guys? I don't know if you play hockey on monkey. You do, Matty Ice. Hockey on Matty Ice. It's player props, basically head-to-head player props. You can go fantasy points. You can go goals. You can go assists, stuff like that. If you haven't checked it out, Titletown and I do a show every Wednesday early in the afternoon. We give our NBA picks. Matty Ice, I think we got to get some NHL picks out there, and we'll do it for baseball too. But you play, huh? You play a little monkey knife fight.
I play a little bit. Yes, I do.
I like it. Like and subscribe. Play some monkey knife fight. Promo code RUNPURE, and they're going to match you up to $50. So you put $50 in, they'll give you another $50. 20 gets you 20. RUNPURE is the code there. Let's get going here. The Zamboni driver, that's not a bad one. It's not a horrible one at all. Yeah, Chris. Obviously, hockey slang. My hockey slang stopped in like 2014. It was wagon big 7 years ago. I feel like it wasn't. If it was, I would have known about it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think that's kind of a newer term. I mean, yeah.
I think so. Actually, EJ, you might be making it up. True or false?
Oh, it's a thing.
Okay. Your cores are up, by the way. Your cores are up. So for those of you that were saying, oh, where's the cores? Cores have been up for a little while now. I will get your big play of the day. Both of you guys, big play of the day in just a couple minutes. But let's get into the Discord again and get some subscriber questions. And I'll hit the YouTube side up. Need 150 likes, though, guys. You guys got some work to do. DePrince is trying to find a FanDuel goalie in the 7K range or below. Either one of you, is that possible?
7K or below?
Mm-hmm. I think the cord's the only one that's there.
That's it. I think. Play the one guy then. Sky City has a loaded question. What's the best way to stack on FanDuel? These flex positions are odd with two of them. It's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, there's two utility spots. So, I mean, you can play anybody you want in that position. Usually, I would say don't play a defenseman in either one of those utility spots. On a smaller slate, I don't hate that if there's somebody you really like. But try not to think of it any different than you would for DraftKings. You're going to want to use correlation in your build, whether it's FanDuel or DraftKings.
Okay, very good. Oh, we got a Nachushkin question. I like that. Donato, this is something farm. Donato showing up on Matty Cash's core, on Matty Ice's cash core, and some other optimal bills. What do you think of Valerie Nichushkin?
Like I said, he's skating on the top line with Gabe and Rat. So I think he's absolutely in play. I do worry about his minutes because the coach, the Avs coach, has been known to only run him, 10 to 12 minutes sometimes. I think Donato's in play as well for the Sharks. Like I said, I don't think the Blues have stopped anybody all year long. Donato's a good player. I know K Fallick probably loves that. He loves Ryan Donato, but he's a good player. He's cheap. It's just a way to get different. I I think Nichushkin's going to be quite popular tonight. Everybody's seen that Max out. They all know Makar's out. So I was just trying to get a little bit different than everybody else.
Leakin wants to know your favorite low-owned stack to match with the Edmonton first line. So that's my question for you, EJ. Edmonton 1, who's your favorite low-owned stack?
The issue with Edmonton 1, like they're so pricey. So like you have to, like, you got to pay all the way down. So like you're either looking at you're looking at maybe Anaheim. I don't think you can fit LA in there. You could maybe do like a mini stack with San Jose with like LeBanc and Carlson, and maybe you can fit Kane or Couture. I haven't tried that, but I think you kind of got to get creative. Like that was a part of my problem, was like I got to a point where I needed 25. I had 2,500 left. I couldn't go up to Donato, so I had to play Nichushkin in one of my lineups. So
okay,
that's a tough thing. Like if you're going full Edmonton stack, like you're gonna have to make some ugly decisions.
MC Dusty has been playing hockey his whole life, he said, and wagon LOL. So he says you're crazy with your wagon thing. And then some other guys, EJ Hockey, that's you. You just said the kids came up with it. So you're actually in Discord answering the question about the term that you came up with that nobody uses. Is that accurate?
I never claimed that I came up with it. I'm just saying, like, I know the kids use it.
Yeah, I've heard that before many times.
Yeah. Cape Phallic just threw up his core in the Discord. So if you know how to use the Discord, go over there. Cape Phallic just threw it in there. Pretty awesome. Good job, buddy. Best cheap goalie. Again, I mean, let's do the goalie thing just one last time, guys, just for people that showed up. So high price, mid price, low price guy. EJ, go.
Like really, like low price, the only, like if you want to go bare minimum, Joey Decord, like you're getting him against the chalk. If he stands on his head and Edmonton scores 2 goals, like he's probably going to see 35, 40 shots. Like there's a chance. Now it's like a 0.001% chance, but you could play Decord. Like I don't hate Kemper. I think you either got to pay up for Price or Price is my favorite goalie tonight.
Okay, and yours too, right, Matty?
Yeah. I like Carey Price tonight. For a cheap guy, I would look at Kemper or Cal Peterson are probably my 2 favorite. Depending on if Pietrangelo or Stone is out for Vegas, then that might move me a little bit more over to Capo Kakinen. So
I'm on your core plays right now, guys, and I'd like for you guys to just explain something real quick. So
yep.
EJ is playing he's got GPP here. Matty, you got cash and GPP. What is the special? What's the Matty Ice special? What does that mean?
Yeah, so I get this question about 850 times a week.
Good.
But it's usually just something a little bit different that I come up with off the wall. Maybe an odd 4-man stack or a low owned spot that I might like that night. It's just something a little bit different off the wall. I'm a very much a numbers guy. I just regardless of which team it is, I don't have. I love my Wild, but I don't. If the Wild are in a terrible matchup, I'm not going to play them. So I'm strictly a numbers guy. So usually with the Matty Ice special, it might be something a little bit different. We've had some good luck with it. We've had multiple takedowns with it this year.
All right, cool. Ryan Mickles on the YouTube chat. Why not St. Louis, San Jose as a game stack of the night? They've been good for me this year. Matty?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that game. I like that game stack a lot myself. I do have a build tonight. It'll be the regular GPP on the cores on the DraftKings side. That is fading Connor and Leon, and that's a little bit more of a San Jose, St. Louis Blues stack in that.
How
in that
scary
corner.
is that? Fading those 2 guys.
It's scary. It's an elite matchup for the Oilers tonight, especially being on a back-to-back. The Sens played a late game last night. What time did that game start? EJ 8:00.
30. Yeah.
It was a later game. So, I mean, backup goalies going for the Sens, it's an elite spot. But like, as he said, if the court stands on its head and you get lucky and you faded Connor and Leon, you're going to be sitting pretty at the end of the night. Like I said, I'm not going all in on Connor and Leon. I'm real deep, but I'm not I'm always gonna hedge a little bit. So I'm hedging a little bit with the San Jose and Blues stack.
My only argument with that, like, that team is so young. Like, and we've talked about it before. Like, they're young, they're getting better. Like, they're developing as a team. You've seen them play their first 20 games. Like, the thing with younger guys like that, like, the back-to-back doesn't affect them as much. So that's where I'm torn. Like, so it could be an interesting spot, but it's a tough fade. Like, it's tough not to play those guys.
Like I said, I'm a numbers guy, so it comes down to historically playing on a back-to-back does not favor you at all. So like I said, that's just where and Connor and Leon are both elite hockey players.
Yeah, it's like a 1 out of 10 occurrence that Ottawa's going to win that one.
All right, guys, we got some good viewership. I don't think we're going to get to 150 likes though, but if somebody else is out there and you haven't hit the like button yet, try and get you some more gear here at Run Pure. I'm going to get the plays of the night from these guys. Let's see here. Sean Nygren. Sean, I really don't know who you are, but he asked if EJ was doing the show outdoors, and that's enough to get you a free piece of Run Pure gear. So make sure you go to info@runpuresports.com. Just email it, info@runpuresports.com. Sean Nygren is the winner of the gear. Wonderful.
That boy, Sean. That boy.
You got a little time left to go hook it up with another one too. So I hope you guys get there. I really do like giving away stuff, especially since I don't have any, which is just wonderful. Nuggets 33 is in our premium Discord here. Should I correlate high shooting teams and play the opposing team for block shot bonus? So correlate the high shooting teams, play the opposing team for shot block bonus. That's interesting. Anything, Matty?
Yeah, I mean, I've gone that route before in the past, to be completely honest. Usually, if I'm looking at something like that, I'll be looking at a cheaper option at, like, say, defenseman if I'm looking for blocks. I know EJ did it the other night with Justin Hull for Toronto, and it worked out excellent. I don't mind going that route at all. So no, I think that's more than viable if it's something you want to do. Just know that the inherited risk that comes with that.
EJ, yeah, go for it.
No, I was just saying, like, we've done it a couple times. Remember when DeMello came back? We did it then. There's instances, if you can find a min price guy that you know is going to throw himself in front of some shots, like, maybe it's worth a chance.
Okay. We got one more here from the Discord. Guys, if you want to get your questions in the Discord, we'll absolutely ask them if we got some time. To Prince, if I'm only playing one line on FanDuel, should I play Edmonton 1? What do you think, EJ?
Probably.
Yeah, Matty Ice?
It's hard to fade.
If you're playing one, play Connor and Leon.
If you're playing one, you're playing Connor and Leon. Does that make it more how do you get different? Well, maybe it makes it easier to get different since they're so expensive, right? Because then you're just forced to find the value guys.
I think we're gonna get different tonight. At least I am paying up a little bit for goalie. If you look at some of the projections around the industry, you're seeing a lot of people pay down. You're gonna have people looking at Kakinen. Demko is one that was talked about in the Discord earlier, who is being pushed by other folks. I'm gonna try to get different in that route. That's basically it there, Holden. That's it.
Well, I mean, at 7,900 FanDuel carry price, is that paying up? Like, how popular is price going to be tonight? In I guess Koskinen, Grubauer at the top, but how popular is price?
On FanDuel, yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to look at Kemper and Kakinen on FanDuel and even Peterson just due to the price. Connor and Leon are so expensive that they lead you to cheaper options, and I think you're going to see, especially if people use other people in the industry. I think a lot of them are going to end up on the same damn builds because they're not looking to get different. Like Connor and Leon plus Yamamoto take up over 40% of your salary on DraftKings off free guys.
Okay. Well, here. Sean V. McDavid just broke out of his slump. He had three game goalless streak. Don't know how he can be faded tonight. I mean, fine. It's still possible to win all the giblets. Still all possible to win all the money without McDavid. There's going to have to be a pivot, right? Or a different build to get there. So this is the one thing about DFS as a whole, that it's like, you can't fade this one person. Yes, you can. And as a matter of fact,
yes, you
if
can
you fade that one guy and he flames out, all of a sudden you're in business to ship. So you can fade anybody. It's dangerous. It's uncomfortable, and it might not work out for you. But if you're playing in a tournament, you fade him. If you're playing cash, is he a must play in cash tonight, McDavid?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one thing I want to say about hockey that it's similar to is baseball. If you have a pitcher who's on and throws a shutout, it doesn't matter who's standing at the plate. If the pitcher's on, he's on. If you run into a hot goalie in hockey, it doesn't matter. It's just the way it is. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're thinking about fading Connor, like I said, I'm not fading Connor. I'm not fading Leon. I'm going to have a ton of both. But I'm definitely looking at an option tonight, like my GPP core that's up on the website at Run Pure Sports, where I am fading them and I am hedging the field, because you see stuff like that happens all the time.
Is it dumb just to go McDavid and Yamamoto and leave out the third piece?
I don't know. My initial impression when I saw the line is that Connor and Leon are probably going to get double shifted and see massive minutes.
Okay.
So I think if I'm gonna play them, I'm definitely gonna play Connor and Leon together. I don't know actually how many people play Yamamoto. I haven't seen an ownership projection on him. I'm sure it's much higher than normal. But just checking out stuff across the industry, I haven't seen a ton of him mentioned, to be honest. Quite
he's
odd.
3,900 on DraftKings. That's nothing.
No.
I mean, it's just about as big of a wow, that's a big advantage.
I said in Discord earlier, he's got to be like a kid in a candy store. Coach tells you, yeah, you're going to skate with Connor and Leon. Oh, well, fantastic.
Utility 5,400 or less on DraftKings, guys. Throw out a name for us, if you would, please. 5,400 or less on DraftKings and utility spot. Taves, Horvat, Anderson.
I think it's Anderson.
You think it's Anderson? What about you?
Yeah, I like Anderson as well. Horvat would be my second option.
Horvat would be your second option. All right, guys, let's do this jockstrap thing, or whatever you want to call it. This kind of a pop-up show, so Simon didn't have time to make graphics or music. But that's fine, Simon. I mean, you go and ignore the hockey guys. It's really nice of you. Really appreciate that. Now I'm a hockey guy just by association with these two guys. Look how big they are too. They're burly and muscular men. I would not mess with the hockey guys. If there's one department from RPS that you don't fuck with, it is definitely the hockey guys. No question. We can scrap. Yeah. I mean, look, the baseball guys, JT's kind of nasty. I wouldn't mess with him. All right, JT, he does NBA too. The football guys, he definitely could take out, like Hoop, Mangone, me. Just a bunch of wimps. Here we go. Let's do it. What's the play of the day here? EJ, I know we did the tighty-whitey thing, the jockstrap, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. Who's the play of the day? And do not say Connor McDavid. Be a man.
No, I said it. It's Josh Anderson. Like, I think he's in the best spot. Like, he was hurt for a little bit. Starting to play better. Like, they got him on the top power play line. I think he has a big night tonight.
Okay. What about you, Matty Ice?
I'm going to go a little bit more risky than EJ here. I'm going to say a defenseman, Torrey Krug, for the St. Louis Blues.
Torrey Krug. That's a Krug, correct?
That's correct.
Very good. Am I supposed to here's my play of the night. Connor McDavid. That's why I didn't want you taking that from me. All of my research, it just pointed toward McDavid tonight. And I know this is like a low-owned, it's just shot in the dark, but I'm definitely going there, guys. Thank you very much for your support. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you get a second, hit the like button. That'd be nice too. And I want to remind you, on Wednesday, we got a big giveaway for our Wood Show, the free NBA show. Wednesday, giving away a $600 ticket to a DraftKings entry in NBA. So big stuff there. Sign up by using the code free ticket, all one word, free ticket. You will automatically be entered to have a chance to win that $600 ticket coming up on Wednesday. EJ, where do they find you on Twitter, dude, or social media or whatever, or the bar? I don't care.
I mean, you can look for me at the bar, but Twitter's eblaze15 is my Twitter handle.
Are you a Coors Light guy?
No.
What are you
We were
doing?
talking about that earlier. Like, now I'm old. I got to drink the Claw.
The Claw?
I like the White Claws, man.
Do you think hockey players would look at you and laugh? Like Alexander Ovechkin looked at you and saw you drinking a Claw.
I mean, they go down smooth. You're not hung over the morning after. Like, I used to crush beers, but I'm too old for that now.
Thoughts on that, Matty Ice? You look to me, yeah. I mean, you're the banquet beer too. You a Coors Light guy?
I am not a Coors Light guy. I Midwest guy, so I drink McGolden Light. You got to be up in the Midwest. Michelob Golden Light, yeah.
Oh,
wow, you do not hear very many Michelob drinkers. That is spectacular.
It's Michelob Golden Light though. It's like a Title would know. It's like Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota.
Okay.
They only sell it in like
Title doesn't drink.
In 4 states, you can only buy it. It's actually the best beer ever.
It's seriously, you can only buy it in 4 states.
Yep.
Outside of Spotted Cow, if it wasn't from Wisconsin, I have to go to Wisconsin to get it. That's the only place they sell it.
Yeah, we try not to mention Title. He doesn't drink. He
He's
lives
just
at home.
He's just buying Top Shots, living the dream.
And he's buying Top Shot. Well, I mean, to be able to do that once a month, that's pretty good. Good for you. All right, EJ, great work today. Matty Ice, great work today. We're going to do this again tomorrow? Yes or no?
We are. I'll be here.
Beautiful. Come back tomorrow. Guys, Miller Lite or bourbon from Stress?
Bourbon.
Bourbon? Yeah, Miller Lite. Oh, he was just telling us what he did. I don't care what you do, Stress. I wanted our guys.
Miller Lite is trash.
Yes, it's the worst.
The Bud Light always made me poop the next day. I wasn't a fan of Bud Light, but I don't drink.
Bud Light gives me a
I
headache.
like Sapporo. I like a big, gigantic Sapporo from Japan. Rice beer. It's nice and easy.
I like whiskey. I'm a whiskey guy.
Rye? Do you like rye too, or just whiskey?
I don't know. Heaven's Door is my favorite. It's a Bob Dylan whiskey. It's fantastic.
As long as we're sitting here at the end, I'll just name drop for a second here. Very early in my career, there was a golf tournament out in Tahoe. I think they do it every year. The second I knew that the hockey players were the coolest, Jeremy Roenick, Brett Hull, and Grant Fuhr. These dudes sat down. They said, the only way we're doing an interview with you is you give us a beer. 3 hours on the air with us. These dudes were tanked. All they wanted to do was talk because they were tanked. Nobody in sports drinks like hockey players drink. Okay? Nobody. Good luck.
I believe that.
Yeah, you can't argue with it. EJ, you can't argue with it. Don't even try. Thank you. Jockeys drink a lot, but they're smaller, so they don't drink as much, just like per capita weight side. Jockeys drink a ton too. Those guys have alcohol problems. For Simon in the background, EJ and Matty Ice, thank you very much for hanging out with us and watching our hockey show here. Make sure you sign up. Code is free ticket. Free ticket. Right now, it's a great time to get in to run Pure Sports. I'm Holden, and keep running pure.